Finals matchup, and who wins it all?
Well, I've kind of been going back and forth in the East.
Lakers, Clippers? In the East.
In the East. I'm going to start with the East first, since the sun rises in the East. It says in the West. I'm going to start with the East, Skip. I mean, watching KD, and I understand that the concerns that people have, Skip, because the Achilles injury is a very serious injury. Is it the more serious of the injuries of any professional athlete? But Kevin Durant is not a 250 pounds, 270 pound center. He's not a guy that relies on jumping ability. He's not a guy that relies on his quickness in order to get to where he needs to get to. So I think of all the people that's probably suffered this injury, the basketball players, the historically great players, I think he's probably the guy that's best equipped to deal with it because, as I said, Skip, he's not 250. He's not quick. He's quick, but he's not reliant on that aspect. He's not, Dominique Wilkins that relied on his jumping ability. So with that being said, I believe he'll pick right up where he left off. He will be the Kevin Durant that we've seen over the last 10, 12 years, and I don't think he'll miss a beat. When you look at this team, Skip, their second unit could really be a starting unit in the NBA. They come off the bench with LeVert, Jared Allen, and Taurean Prince. That's their second unit. So with that being said, I'm going to say I like the Eastern Conference Finals to be the Bucks and the Nets. And I'm going to say Brooklyn in 6. I'm going to give y'all, I think Giannis will get a couple more games than what he normally does. In the West, Skip, really?
Well, the sun sets on the Lakers, right?
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Suns have gotten better, but I still think they're a piece away and maybe a year away. The Nuggets, the big question I have for the Nuggets is Michael Porter Jr. Did he have enough time to get into the weight room, and is he going to take it serious? And you got to understand, bro, every time something goes wrong, it's not your opportunity to go to Zoom and says, I need more opportunities. Golden State, Skip, I thought Golden State with Clay, but I never really saw them as a viable option to the top 1 or 2 seeds. And so now that brings me down to Portland. I think Portland's going to be okay. But do I think Portland's ready to take that next step and get to the Western Conference Finals? I don't believe they are. So I'm going to go back to the two that we thought would be there last year. I'm going to say the Lakers and the Clippers battle it out. And I'm going to say the Lakers win in 6 to meet the Brooklyn Nets in the NBA Finals because we want our get back. KD got 2 of them things from us. Okay. So we need our get back. So I got the Lakers.
Got the Lakers again.
Yep.
Okay. I'm shocked by your prediction. I'm actually, truly, honestly, authentically shocked that you did pick the Nets on the other side.
Yeah.
That means that you are actually displaying your hidden respect for one Kevin Durant, who is the best player on the planet.
No, Skip, I've always had respect for Kevin Durant. I mean, just because I picked him, that doesn't mean I believe he's the best player on the planet. When you look at what they have, I don't know if anybody else have that kind of depth that can match him. Philly has, we're going to see what Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid's going to be with Tobias Harris. But do they have the depth? And that's what Golden State, Skip, that's how Golden State beat people so many years. Their second unit, if they had a lead, the second unit expanded the lead. If they were behind, the second unit cut into the lead, and when the starters got back, they were either tied or in front. The Nets have that same type of firepower.
Okay. I buy into your Nets pick, even though I have some reservation about a new coach who's never coached one dribble in the NBA named Steve Nash trying to deal with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and a bunch of players who were there last year say, what about us? Are we chopped liver?
Well, the second guy you mentioned, I think he'll be just fine. It's the first guy that you mentioned.
Well, obviously, and yet I believe they will figure it out because I watched Kevin Durant last Friday night, and I was in awe of what I saw. I get that it was just the final preseason game. He was dominant. He was omnipotent. He just took the whole game over, played 27 minutes, scored 25 points on 9 of 16 shots, made a couple of threes, blocked 3 shots. I think you're going to see him on the defensive end rise and shine. And that team is loaded top to bottom. They're trying to turn Karis LeVert into their Manu Ginobili coming in with the second unit, or if we can go more current with make him their Lou Williams coming in and just lighting people up.
Yeah,
it's got potential.
Yes, because he's got a 50-point game, and we saw what he did in the bubble.
Okay, so I'm on record. Nets will win the East, and Kevin Durant will win the MVP.
Easily?
You
Win the East easily?
Well, not easily, because there are a lot of good teams. The Sixers are going to be fascinating. I just don't think they're quite there yet with their first-year coach and Doc.
You have little to no respect for Giannis and the Bucks.
I have little to none, and I'm not factoring them into this. And I think it's going to come down to Nets versus Philly.
In the Eastern Conference Finals, okay.
Now, the sun sets in the West on the Lakers. And now for my Western Conference prediction, I have a huge question just to ask the walls here, because I know I won't get an answer from you. This is rhetorical, because this is blowing my mind. It is confounding me. It is perplexing me. It is frustrating me to try to figure out what happened to my Clippers, because just a few months back, they went into the bubble playoffs favored to win it all.
Right.
And they got up to the Denver series, and they flexed their dominance against Denver because they went up 3-1.
They did.
Then, obviously, they had 3 straight closeout games, and they're up 15, flexing their dominance. They're up 19 in the second closeout, flex, and 12 in the third one. Kind of a little flex.
Yes.
Didn't close one of the deals.
No.
And all of a sudden, they are chopped liver. They are garbage. They are trash. They are old news. They are last year's story. And somehow they're in the dumpster. And I don't get it, because
None of them said in the dumpster, but I mean, a lot of people got them picked the second or third. I mean, it's not like they got them like the 6th or the 7th.
okay, but where did they go wrong? Where did they fall? Is everybody just being prisoner of that moment? They collapsed. I give you that. They could not close. They did not have that point guard who could settle them, order them, figure it out for them to put them in position.
You don't need no point guard. You got Kawhi.
That's true.
You told me last year, going into the season, Kawhi was the best player in the NBA.
Yep.
So you don't need a point guard. Michael Jordan didn't have a point guard. Kobe Bryant didn't have they just get the ball to those great guys and let them go work.
Well, maybe they needed to switch to the triangle, which was Michael Jordan's offense. And the new coach, Ty Lue, says, guess what? I have instituted and installed the triangle just for Kawhi Leonard's sake, so he can get those mid-range jump shots, on which he made 48% last year. I'm talking about jumpers from outside the lane and inside the three-point line, right?
Yeah.
Those mid-range jump shots. Nobody shoots them better except Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant, my guy, Kawhi, and this side of Michael Jordan, nobody has shot them better than those two.
Well, first of all, Skip, this notion that it was the offense, the triangle, that made Kobe and Michael who they were. It could have been the triangle, the rectangle, the hexagon, or the circle. When you have a historically great generational talent, transcendent talent, they supersede whatever offense or defense you may put them in.
They both swore by the triangle, not at it, by it. And they said it put them in more positions to have quality shots than any other offense they were ever in.
Do you know the number? Did you remember the numbers that Michael averaged before he got into the triangle?
Sure. Do you know how many championships he won in the triangle?
That's what I'm saying, though, Skip. Okay, you can say that it helped him win championships, but to say it made him a great player is not true.
Okay, so I'm asking, how did we flip-flop somehow from Clippers-Lakers to Lakers-Clippers? The Clippers are tied for second in the Fox bet odds with Milwaukee. But what changed?
We won the championship, but y'all didn't.
How did you win the championship? What exactly did you prove? I asked the walls. What did you prove?
We proved that we were better than the Clippers. That's what we proved. We were the best team in the NBA. That's what we proved.
Think of the huge breaks LeBron got last year. It was so meant to be. The injury gods, the basketball gods said, let there be LeBron in the bubble. And what happened? He got an almost 5-month pandemic break to rest up, heal up, and get ready for a bubble run through the playoffs. And in the bubble, he got a huge break in year 17. You didn't have to fly. You barely had to drive. You could walk to the arena.
But listen to the Dame talk. Dame says he believes that's why they also got some of those historic performances, is that guy, it was so easy. Basically, everything was right there. The spread was right there. You ice and you go straight back to the hotel. There was no travel. And so it maybe have benefited some other people also.
Well,
you make it seem like the Lakers were the only one that were in the bubble.
I just know it didn't benefit the Clippers because of as my friend Jared Dudley said a couple of weeks back, those boys did not want to be in that bubble.
Skip, that has nothing to do with us because you chose. Skip, you could have opted out. Kawhi and Paul George and all those guys didn't have to opt in. Other players opted out.
So you dodged the ultimate bullet that was headed for you last year. You did not have to play the Clippers. You got to play Denver. And then guess who you got to play? You got to play the 5th seed in the East. The upstart, underdog, Miami Heat made it all the way to the finals to play you. And what happened in game 1? The injury god said, Goran Dragic, come on over here. He gets hurt. He's their leading playoff scorer. Bam, come on over here with us, said the injury gods. He goes down and out in game number 1 and is not the same the rest of the games. They end up having to play 2 rookies high minutes, obviously, and one, Duncan Robinson, who's a second-year player, undrafted. They had to play him high minutes. So wait a second. You're playing Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn, both rookies, one of them undrafted. They played like 20 to 30 minutes a game from there on. And what did that prove? That you beat them, and it took 6 games to beat them.
But we've never done this before. We didn't say when the Rockets upset the Lakers in 81 and 86 that Bird dodged a bullet by not having to face the Lakers. We've never done this with any other player other than LeBron to try to diminish what the man has accomplished. The Clippers had every opportunity. They were in the bubble. They didn't have to travel. They didn't have the inconvenience that go along with a normal day-to-day schedule. So why do you have to punish the Lakers for what the Clippers couldn't do?
I just don't understand how suddenly it flip-flopped and the Lakers are prohibitive favorites in Fox Bet. Really? Did they get better this through the free agent
clearly
period?
the gambling sites believe they did. Fox Bets, William Hall, and whomever else believe they did.
I think they're just prisoners of the moment of what they just saw. They saw the Clippers collapse and the Lakers win it, and they take it on face value. Oh, let's flip-flop the odds.
But hold on, Skip. They believe that the Lakers also got better in some acquisitions.
Okay, look who they lost. They lost their 3rd best player, playoff Rondo, who was invaluable in the bubble to them.
Okay.
They lost Dwight Howard, who gave them a physicality and edge they don't have anymore. They lost JaVale, who gave them length that they don't have anymore. They don't have big, long post players.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how much did JaVale play in the finals? How much did he play against Houston?
Okay.
How much did Dwight play against Houston? How much
not
did he
against
play
Houston because they went small, but after that, Dwight was crucial.
Yes,
okay.
But that's what we're talking about.
Then Danny Green has been there and done all that. He's a wily veteran, 3-and-D, and Avery Bradley is gone also. And he's 3-and-D. He was the hero of your first big win over the Clippers in the regular season.
But remember, Skip, you talking about that. You said that because when he opted out, you said, "Oh, you're in trouble." Okay, he didn't even show up to the bubble.
He did not,
and we still won.
He's not going to show up anymore.
We're good, Skip.
Okay, so you add a Schroeder who's on record as saying, "Hey, I'm a starter. I don't come off the bench." That's going to cause problems for you because I'm not sure he does start for this team.
At some point in time, Skip, most of the guys in the NBA were starters at some point in time, but his role is probably going to be to lead that second unit when LeBron goes to the bench, so there's not significant drop-off at the point guard position.
Okay.
Now, we already know it's going to be some drop, but not where we're -10, -11.
Okay, then the Clippers had addition by subtraction. We did not renew Montrez. We didn't want him back. We just said, no, we're out. And he's like, seriously, me? I'm 6th man of the year. Lakers said, aha, we got the 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? He was a malcontent. He caused nothing but problems.
The problem that he had is that he saw 2 guys come in there that had done nothing for the Clippers. What you did at Toronto, what you did at San Antonio, how does that help us win a championship? We need you to do that here. Doc, you keep talking about we need reps. We need continuity, but you allow these guys to miss practice. You allow these guys to miss games. You keep telling us we need to come together. How in the hell can we come together when they're separate?
Guess who's not there also? Doc Rivers is now in Philadelphia.
Yes.
And Ty Lue, who you love, right? He got elevated to become the new head coach.
Ty Lue do a great job.
New strong voice in the locker room. He will say no. Maybe it's going to be a little different this year.
He will. He will run the show. He don't take the bull job from nobody.
Nope.
But Paul George, the thing that you didn't do is you didn't get rid of that finger pointing Paul George. It was everybody else's fault. It was Doc was using me like Ray Allen. When Ray Allen's going to the Hall of Fame, you better hope you get used like Ray Allen. And you better hope that you come up clutch in the playoffs like Ray Allen, because we have yet to see that. If you give yourself a name, you damn sure better live up to it. You dubbed yourself. Nobody gave you playoff Pete. Paul Pierce, Shaq gave him the name The Truth. You can get a nickname. Guys give you a nickname, Vince Sanity, whatever the choice may be. But you better live up to it. Now, you call yourself playoff Pete, and I ain't seen it.
Okay. All I know is he's still an all-star, and he's still a potential first team all-defense. Not everybody's an all-star. And I'll take him as my complimentary star.
Oh, really?
And I will take Serge Ibaka over Montrezl Harrell for this team any day or any night because he's close with the Kawhi. He'll be a much better fit. And I just think he's a better all-around player than Montrezl, who became a defensive liability against Denver. Can't guard anybody. He can beast in the lane and he can score it, but can he play defense? You're about to find out.
We're going to find out.
And you added...
You told me, guess what? We signed up. You told me, everybody told me Dwight Howard was a malcontent. How did he do? Everybody talk about JaVale.
Yeah, but he wasn't a team wrecker. He's just Dwight. He's unto himself. And he was on his best behavior last year.
Memphis say don't even touch down. Well, we're gonna try to move you. Before they traded to Memphis, they said before you don't even worry about coming. Think about it. He had gone to Charlotte. He had been in Atlanta. He had been to Houston. Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte. Charlotte traded to Memphis. Memphis say, bruh, don't even worry about getting your bags in your hat.
No, maybe.
We good. Stay where you are and try to work out something somewhere else.
Maybe the joke's on Memphis.
Hold on. As a matter of fact, he was in Washington also.
He was. I would agree. But Serge Ibaka is now in Los Angeles as a Clipper, and it's an upgrade.
All he want to do is open up a restaurant
and defense.
All he want to do is open up a restaurant, have a cooking show going.
And all of a sudden, they went and got Luke Kennard coming off a career year in Detroit, averaging 16 and shooting 40% from three. He is a professional shooter.
Luke Kennard, Luke Campbell, Luke Skywalker, it doesn't matter. The Lakers in 6 in the Western Conference Finals, if you're lucky to get there.
And Montrez took was it a Twitter shot? I think it was a Twitter shot at Luke Kennard getting his money yesterday. He got 4 more years at $64 million.
I mean, think about it. Y'all get skipped. Think about what y'all did. Y'all gave, I don't have no problem with guys getting their money. Get your money. I saw a lot of guys get some money at the tail end yesterday. But you gave Luke Kennard 4 years, 64. You gave the Morris twin, 4 years, $64 million.
Worth it?
What we do is we get bargains.
Yeah.
We get bargains.
Okay. Luke Kennard is better than Landry Shamet. So they upgraded there. I will give you this. They did not get the point guard they needed, and that was playoff Rondo. I don't know why, but he chose.
Because he didn't want to go there.
He said, no Lakers, no Clippers. I'm going to Atlanta.
Which I told you. I
took the money and ran all
that's
the
what
way
you
to
do.
Atlanta. Okay, I got it. So at least he's not a Laker anymore, but he's not a Clipper. That brings me to Lou Williams. I watch all these preseason games. Lou just lit it up in the preseason.
Oh, now you back on Lou. The man that you every time you refer to him in the bubble, you call the man lemon pepper.
Because you called him that. You started it, I finished it.
You called the man lemon pepper.
And he played like he was on fire with lemon pepper as opposed to making baskets.
Now, all of a sudden, you talk about, hold on, it's the preseason. Now, when I told you LeBron was never looking good, this is what I noticed. And everybody does this to me. When LeBron looks good in a preseason, it's just a preseason. LeBron and AD look good in the regular season. Nobody cares about the season. Don't start till after All-Star game. The moment somebody they like, did you see Kawhi hit all those shots? Did you see KD? KD back. Did you see Lemon Pepper Lou?
Did you see Lou Williams? He scored 31 points in 25 preseason minutes. He made 12 of 15 shots, and they were all from distance. I'm saying that's my guy. He is back under Ty Lue. I will say he will be my sixth man of the year. He will win back sixth man of the year.
Oh, y'all want him back?
He never left.
After he went and got some wings on you guys, and so y'all want him back, huh?
The bubble is over, unless they go back to the bubble, and maybe they will.
There might be a possibility they go back to the bubble.
That's your only hope, is to go back to the bubble.
What I'm hoping that for? Hell, I'm trying to get out. I want to get out of the pandemic like everybody else. I don't want to go back. I don't want them to go back to the bubble. I want things to go back to have some normalcy. I don't know if we'll ever be normal, but some normalcy again, Skip. But don't you worry about that. The one thing I can tell you about this, be it the bubble, be it on a desert island, or be it in a gym arena, Lakers gonna put foots in. Okay.
I got the Clippers in 7 over the Lakers in the conference finals, and I got the Clippers over Kevin Durant and company in the finals. I'll call it in 6 games.
Nets will sweep the Clippers. Nets will sweep the Clippers.
Okay. Do we have due on that right now? Just a futures bet? I'll take 5 cases that they will not sweep.
Nets
will not sweep the Clippers.
Well, first of all, it'll never happen. Because y'all ain't going to make it. Because you already know y'all not going to make it.
Okay. Can we have that as a futures bet?
Yeah, sure.
5 cases. Thank you very much. I got that.
So how much we got on this Western Conference Finals bet?
Whatever you...
Well, make it light on yourself.
No, make it easy on yourself.
Make it light on yourself.
Yeah.
I keep telling you.
I'm a hopeless underdog here.
If you see me and a bear in a fight, don't help me. Don't help me. Help the bear and pour honey on me because I want him to stay right there.
Really?
Because he'll stick out running when I start to whip him. But if I got honey on me, he go like, ooh, that tastes good. And I can whip him longer. So whatever you want to bet, Mr. Bayless.
The last I saw LeBron James was last Friday night.
Ooh, he looked good.
And he
looked good.
Would you believe he committed 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes and had 8 turnovers in a preseason game? That's the way to get ready for the regular season.
But what about that 6'10.5" guy from west side of Chicago? MVP.
Oh, you got him for MVP?
Anthony Davis is the most complete player in the NBA. When you factor in offense and defense, no, not Giannis, not KD, not even LeBron can touch his all-around game,
I'll
offense
take
and defense.
KD any day, any night.
You can take whatever you want to, but he ain't getting an MVP.
KD over
My
AD.
guy, 28, 10, 2.5 MVP, Anthony Davis.
It is the Clippers' turn. It is their time.
Man, get them ugly shoes
What
off
are
the
those
table.
called again? What are they called again?
Jolly Ranchers.
Hey, you know what he did?
Do it, Kawhi. You got it tonight.
Tonight. He got stimulus
It
check money.
starts
He bought some PPE shoes. He bought some orthopedic with that stimulus money.
That's not what's happening.
We
Is
got
this.
this.
The official last day that Shannon can also gloat about the Lakers?
Oh, no.
Today's it. This is it. This is the last day. It all starts again tonight. So enjoy it while you can.
We got some on the night game?
Yeah, do we?
Shannon.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.